Master's been showing us some awesome games thus far. Here we go, Ord.
Take it away, sir.
Sure, spawning in the lower left-hand corner of the map. He took the 2-1 lead in the series, but now he's faced at 2-2 in this game. As my camera is bugging out. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Russian player from the team Empire, none other than BratOK.
And for the final game of this best of 5, that's right, ladies and gents, it's all tied up in the upper right-hand corner of our screen. We have, in the purple again, MYM's Starbuck, who has been really impressive today. We were not really quite sure who he is, to be honest, and he's done fantastically despite apparently being on vacation somewhere, holiday. He's using a setup that he doesn't normally. He's on a Wi-Fi connection, he was telling us, and so I'm impressed.
Yep, playing on like a 10-year-old keyboard and mouse. But here we go, sending that drone over very early. He may be able to actually block the barracks. Nope, just misses it there. But he will be annoying with his drone and assault that SCV right off the bat. Does feel like he's going to opt for a hatchery first opening here in this series, but we'll have to actually see in this game, final game. BratOK, on the other hand, doing his standard build, going for the barracks on 12, the refinery on 13, likely going to signal. Something a little bit different from what we've seen from him and where he's had success in the 3rd game. Now, in the 4th game, he did obviously go for the build that had no gas first and went for a more economic opener, but he's basically seen what Starbuck has had to throw at him here, and I'm very curious what the build from Starbuck is going to be. Seems to be a little bit occupied with this drone in the main base, trying to get this last SCV, who's currently at 7 health. And being blocked out by the rest
Rosie
of
there.
the
Nice.
drones and being repaired at the same time.
And the Rax does finish up, and does that drone get out? Oh, he does.
Just barely. So the follow-up here is a spawning pool in the main base.
I follow you. Ring around the Rosie. Starbuck with some good manner seems to be enjoying the games, and why not? He's on the verge of winning €100. He's definitely felt like the one in control of the series the whole time, but it is tied up.
He's definitely the feel-good story of this tournament, taking down some champions in Snoot, taking out another champion in the early stages of the rounds. I can't remember who exactly it was, who he took out now, my brain.
Empire Happy was one of them at least.
Oh, he took out Happy earlier, yeah.
Yes.
But who did he play in the round of 2?
Oh,
gosh.
that was a long time ago.
Didn't we cast that game? Oh my god. Alright, my brain is fried. This is what 8 hours of StarCraft 2 does to you. And
right now we've got the SCV moving through the main of Starbuck, and it is able to see that one of the gases was taken. The Zerglings are gonna get that poor little SCV. Meanwhile, the Overlord for Starbuck is trying to come in here and see whether or not there is an expansion. And there's nothing to see on the low ground because it's up here on the high ground. I really like this out of BratOK too. It makes me sad when Terran don't do that, building an SCV. You're gonna build a supply depot anyway, so why not give yourself vision of your own base, protect you against random mutas showing up later, or say for instance in a TvZ against a drop just decimating you as it appears in your mineral line and you didn't have any idea. This Overlord finally does find the fact that yeah, there is a command center being built out there, and lo and behold, we've got Hellions on the map.
yep, Hellions going to be a standard choice here from BratOK. He's actually going back to one of these earlier builds we saw from him with this early army. Going to signal to me that he is going to go for some type of Hellbat drop play, and why not? It was pretty effective for him before, and considering that Starbuck doesn't have a Roach Warren on the field just yet, actually going up for a very quick lair, this feels like he could be going for mutas right off the bat, Ord.
Be interesting. 2-base Muta, he hasn't moved anything towards the 3rd as if he wants to take that. Just has a Zergling down there making sure that nothing untowards was happening, like some sort of proxy starport, I guess, at this point. The Hellions are now arriving, trying to find a way in, and 3 of them at least get up into the main, and...
this could be devastating. He's able to get some drone kills here. Not actually a lot of defending units on the field here. Only 3 Lings. Now 9 more are going to join the fray, and he's going to get a decent amount of drone kills in total here. 6 have gone down. 7th is going to fall as well, and no more are actually going to fall. Just 1 Ling going to get roasted in that engagement. And back at home here, it doesn't look like Starbuck has actually scouted out the main base of BratOK just yet. Not exactly aware of what's happening, but he did see that the command center was placed down. Not going to see it lifting off just quite yet, though. But he's moving across the field with a lot of speedlings here, Ord.
Yeah, he is. He's got all of 13 on the map right now. Most of them are arriving over here, and Hellbat in a great position there to do tons of damage.
Fireballs to the face. And it is going to be a quick spire. He has gone up to 3 gases, but he has not populated that 4th or that 3rd gas with any workers just yet. His 4th one has just been established in the main base, and he's building spine crawlers in anticipation of some type of drop play. He saw those Hellbats on. He saw that Hellbat in the field. Just got to assume, okay, BratOK likes Hellbats. He definitely likes to drop them too. All right, so the spire is being placed down in the natural, has not been scouted out yet by BratOK, so he's not exactly aware of the tech decision. He's got to be thinking, since Starbuck has gone for roaches in the past, then that's certainly a possibility to appear yet again in this game. And now that the medevac is boosting into the natural, there are Lings and Queens moving forward here. Spinecaller is prepared, and the spire has been revealed to BratOK now.
It's a pretty nice little win for him, and this Queen actually in a pretty nice position. BratOK just kind of waiting until he has the boost available, and he's got a way out of there.
Somewhat of a problem here for BratOK is that he doesn't have his additional factories done yet, Ord, and he doesn't have the tech labs on them to build Thors right off the bat. Additionally, there is no engineering bay on the field for him, so I don't know. He saw the spire. I'm not sure if he clicked on it though. And he is making Widow Mines now in response. Is going to be his only anti-air on the field. And there's the engineering bay just starting now.
And some creep timbers there getting absolutely melted as we have this 4 Hellbat drop coming in, getting boosted. Can do a lot of damage even though these Zerglings are there. And ooh, actually one of the medevacs getting all the way down to 22 health before getting out of there, so it can't be damaged anymore. We got Mutalisk on the way. That's pretty much the end of drop play for this part of the game anyway.
Yep, and especially, yeah, with those Mutalisks going to be able to neutralize those medevacs, he should be in a better position here for Starbuck to not only claim this 4th base, but take maybe a 5th in the middle as well. He is once again spreading his creep across the map, Ord, and that was one of the big factors in the last game which brought him the victory. So good decision making from here to continue pursuing that. He does see that the turret is being placed at the front here. Another one in the main base going to be assaulting the Mutalisks. A Widow Mine will even go off there and destroy them.
Completely gone, but now the Zerglings think they might have a chance of getting in here. I really don't know why they would think that.
Yeah, Hellbats are pretty strong against them, as are Widow Mines, so it does feel like BratOK is going to be safe for the time being. But as we said, as we're seeing here, Starbuck saying, okay, you're going to play turtley like this? Well, guess what? I'm going to continue to take base after base and continue to spread my creep across the field.
Yeah, and ooh, the Mutalisks are attacking from the lower right at the same time the Zerglings were posturing at the front. They don't end up doing anything though, and a Thor, almost manages to kill a lot of Mutalisks there with that second volley, but just a little bit too slow he is. Infestation Pit finishes up at the same time that the ground level 1 carapace is going up for MYM's Starbuck, and hey, look at this, already a hive.
Interesting. I like the decision to add the infestors in. I think they're still a good decision to go for in this matchup. And he's going for his missile attacks level 1. So not going to be going for anything centric around melee. And yes, okay, Hydralisk Den on the way here. Very peculiar choice to be going for Hydras against mech, but we're going to have to see how effective this decision is going to be for Starbuck. We have not seen him play this style yet in this matchup. And the Thors are going to meet these Mutalisks head on. Big explosions going off of them, but none of them are actually going to fall. And he's stopped the Mutalisk production for the time being. Smart decision there. He's actually getting Burrow in combination with this and Glide Reconstruction too. Curious to see if he'll get that Hydra speed right off the bat. Maybe, maybe not. May just opt for range just in case. But the 5th base has been established in the middle here, or no drones to it just yet. But he is making a Queen to continue this insane creep spread.
Yeah, and
look at this vision, man.
he can see so much of the map, but it's interesting. He's going in so many directions at once that BratOK's able to keep up in overall unit count. I feel like the roaches are kind of just being peppered in there just in case. The roach weren't really no glial reconstitution going on right away. It finally is, and now we've got some Heart of the Swarm units joining us.
Dude. Vipers. This is going to be really cool. So I like this decision to go for the Vipers in combination. I like, wow, Starbuck feeling pretty confident here. I like the decision for Vipers in combination with the Roach Hydras. Basically what he's going to do is be able to use Blinding Cloud to limit the range and the range of attack on these units. You know, Hellbats don't have a very big range as is, but really limiting the range of the siege tanks is going to allow Roaches and Roaches and Hydras to get on top of them and do massive amounts of damage. 19 Roaches currently in production on the field. We don't see but 2 Hydralisks and Groove Spines about to complete being researched. Big Ling run by here.
And the push to the front is happening at the same time as this Ling run by with nothing to protect it. This base is going to melt away as the drones get pulled. Starbuck realizes that he has no chance of defending it with the current composition he's got there, but he does have an army somewhere. Where is his army?
All of the SCVs looks like they were cleaned up over there from BratOK. But this mech army is moving forward here, and I don't know if the Vipers actually have enough for Blinding Cloud. Okay, they do have enough for Blinding Cloud. Did use them to regenerate some health there from the hatchery. And BratOK is pushing forward here, but he's at a smaller army supply. Oh, actually, he's at a greater army supply than Starbuck. Starbuck's tied up in workers lot. 97 drones currently on the field. So he's boasting out making so many drones, but he's currently got less of an army than BratOK. And this army is insanely powerful too, Ord. Plus 2 weapons upgrades are finished for him here.
Oh, and here we go. Blinding Cloud is down. The Thor's coming up from behind. The Vipers pull some of the tanks forward, but not really into range of the Roaches, actually. So that was an unfortunate part of this engagement, and the Roaches are just disappearing.
Roasting so many drones at the bottom of that 4th base. Man, Starbuck really needs that base to be established here because the one in the middle has dropped. The tanks do prevail. The Thors are available to him, and you got to be thinking now Starbuck perhaps a little bit too overconfident in this game now with a really lacking of those attacking units. Only 12 Roaches currently fielded, 7 more in production, but guess what, Ord? Roaches, they don't do so well against siege tanks.
Not really, no. At this point, they're almost just wasted supply, and there are some Vikings out. Finally, some air units are getting involved. There's really nothing else that can attack the air besides a couple of Thors in this composition. You'd almost think that switch to Mutalisks would be good for Starbuck at this point, and he's got 10 of them on the way, but that's not going to be enough.
Victory push here, Ord. I think BratOK may have cracked the code of Starbuck saying, hey, you're going to make so many drones on the field. Well, guess what? I'm just going to go kill you, man. I don't even care.
Yeah.
8 more Mutalisks being produced, but a couple of Thors here should be able to handle that in combo with these Vikings.
And now we have
especially if they come out one by one.
Yeah, we have the Roaches trying to do a run by, but they are actually going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. And now Starbuck continuing to atrophy. There you go. Not really that fantastic great, I guess.
Oh, big shots going off on those Mutas from that single lone Thor over here. There are more units at the back that BratOK isn't moving up with, but again, there is a run by over here to the left of Roaches, which seem to have neutralized at least the income here for BratOK, who is currently stuck on 2 bases and only taking in 800 minerals per minute. He is going to continue to push forward here, though. If he can take out some of the infrastructure of the Zerg player, he could be in a good position, but the Mutalisks are kind of ruling the day all of a sudden. I mean, 3 Thors back at home.
Doing a
the entire of the army.
job, yeah.
It's going to be completely cleaned up.
And the Hellbats trying to walk forward here to do what damage that they can, and you know, you've got a little tiny pocket of army back here that BratOK forgot about, and that is kind of a big deal. Units killed in this game. We've got 180 killed by BratOK so far, and yes, thank you other streamers for letting us know. And the command center's flying out there for BratOK, who says, man, my income, where did it go? It disappeared on me.
Meanwhile, Starbuck has reestablished his base to the north side position, and he has got drones over there taking in a lot of minerals. He's going up to Ultralisk Cavern, mixing in a couple of Hydras in here, and about to finish up his ground carapace level 2. Mutalisks are now catching this clump of tanks and Hellbats, which is trying to retreat backwards. There is one single Thor here in the middle of the map, though, but if the Mutalisks get on top of that, that may be able to magic box it. He's going to at least try it, but there are 2 Thors in the field now.
Yep.
All right.
2 Thors is greater than 20 Mutalisks.
I think if BratOK's able to establish this base in the mode with the Planetary Fortress, he should be okay. He's going to try to push up against this base, which is now Starbucks pretty much only mining on the entire field. Of course, his natural is still mining, but the mineral patches are getting low very quickly. And here we go. Hellbats are on top of the hatcheries. Siege tanks now assaulting them. He was able to evacuate those drones, though, which is going to be a win for Starbuck in this situation.
Yeah, and that hatchery again dies. More and more hatcheries being established, re-established, I guess is a better word, and the drones getting transferred around, trying desperately to find somewhere where they can be effective. Mutalisk still harassing, trying to prevent as much mining as they can, but some Thors. Oof.
Decimating those Mutalisks. Definitely not going to want to be making any more Mutalisks in this matchup, as BratOK now has 6 Thors on the field. He's gonna make some Ultralisks here, but again, siege tanks in siege, unsieged in combination with Thors and Hellbats. That's an insane amount of damage per second, Ord. Like insane.
Really is. Yeah, and now what we see, the limiting factor for Starbuck is his gas income. He's got basically none in the bank. He's got very little coming in right now, and this one little Widow Mine has really been annoying him throughout and distracting. He's still trying with roaches to run in here and prevent mining.
Gonna get cleaned up very, very easily by that small clump of units here, and BratOK is now going to move down to the lower east side of the map, or perhaps just move into what was the 3rd position from Starbuck. Meanwhile, a big swell of roaches is pushing forward with a single Ultralisk. He's going to be repairing the Planetary Fortress, as both of those tanks are going to fall. And here we go, that 3rd base for Starbuck is going to be falling. He does have a base established to the very far southeast position of the map, which is mining, and the Planetary Fortress, the middle map, is going to fall for BratOK here. The income for BratOK has rapidly dropped in this game. Both players really playing on low econ in this situation. It's all going to come down to unit composition, though, Ord.
Yeah, and Mech is fantastic at being cost efficient right now. Finally, we have some Swarm Hosts coming out and some Ultralisks, which is, you know, a good decision against siege tanks, but this DPS is just so high, and now Starbuck is supply blocked as well. And now the south, there's even some Hellbats showing up there to continue to do damage, and Empire BratOK. Doom, I think he may have it. What is this army doing? Starbuck, what?
I don't know, but the base to the lower right there is going to fall, Ord. And yes, looking at the overall supply, 130 for Starbuck, 193 to BratOK. It does feel as though our Zerg player doesn't have too much life left in this game, but he's going to try to push forward here with roaches and
Starbuck's coming in from all directions as he unburrows some as well, doing a lot of damage here. Those burrowed roaches completely surprising the heck out of BratOK, but Thors, they are powerful units when they are upgraded.
+3 is so good right now. And they're just manhandling the Ultras, and there's the GG. BratOK will take home the 1st place prize in 100 EU. Congratulations to him.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Ord, that's it. We're done here.
That was a lot of fun, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are BaseTradeTV.